I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. I don't care where you go or how long you stay.
Rugged Rangers of the Round Table. Sometimes, Mr. Patrick Schmidt, I don't care what the Bears do as long as they get the W.
Yeah, I don't care how you do it, just as long as you do it. And the Bears did it today, winning 26-6, 23-6.
23-6.
Yeah, Matt Forte and Robbie Gould, my MVPs on offense today, and Julius Peppers in his return to Carolina made a remarkable interception, deflected the pass, and intercepted the pass.
I was going to talk about that in our positional breakdown about how impressed I was with that. But
he's pretty good, pretty good.
Let's move back to the most important position on the field, the quarterback.
The
and guess what?
line. Oh, okay. You threw me for a loop there.
Position, not group of positions.
Yes, I know.
I'm going to give him a D-, and I think that's being nice. I could give him an F, but
yeah,
I'm going to give him a courtesy D-.
Oh yeah, it could have been worse. I mean, I guess they could have thrown 5 interceptions today, but I wasn't expecting much out of them. I wasn't expecting a big 300-yard performance, big passing yardages, and big plays in the passing game.
When we did throw the ball, he was doing too much of the good old eyeing down those receivers with the eagle eye.
Yeah, locking them down. Not very good. Looked all of the very rusty, looking like the guy that only had 20 career starts and 7 in the last 13 years. But
and then he throws that 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line interception. We open the second quarter.
Yeah, that's inexcusable no matter how many starts you have. Inexcusable.
We have the ball to open the second quarter. He's got Greg Olsen open, running a post corner route, overshoots him.
Oh yeah, by about a good 5 or 6 yards.
Then, what does he do? Throws it right to Jordan Pugh. Interception.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course, yeah. It's just a
8 for 19, 31 yards, 4 interceptions. As a whole, the team was what? I mean, not good.
Yeah, when you have 29 passing yards, 4 interceptions, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to give him an F. That was absolutely failure right there. So you got to make more plays in the passing game. They were lucky they were playing a winless Carolina team. The Bears defense came ready to play. Matt Forte got those 2 touchdowns early to set them up. Because, man, I said it early, Jim, if they were trailing 17-3 or 14-3 early in that game, would have been bad. You know, how many times, Todd Collins could have thrown 7 interceptions today if they had more attempts. But I guess, I'm going to give him that. Just not excusable. He was a veteran. He's got to know better than to turn the ball over and lock on receivers like that. So
running backs, give him an A. Matt Forte starting off the game, that 68 and 18-yard rushing touchdowns. Got us a huge lift early on.
Absolutely.
And like I said earlier, the cutback, as far as I'm concerned, was the key to his early success. You can pretty much, I guess, throw out the offensive line. They were just kind of there. They were just bodies in the way, more or less. And then Pat brought up earlier the 5 carries for 102 yards early for Mr. Matt Forte, who ended up finishing with 166 yards on 22 carries. Chester Taylor, 18 carries for 43 yards, so that puts our team at 41 carries for 219 yards. So I give our running backs an A.
Yeah, I'm going to give him an A+. I don't know if we're going on the plus-minus system, but this is the best game of the year so far for the run game. Saw Chester Taylor, 18 carries, very involved in the run game. Matt Forte can't laud his praises enough what he did today. Going to give him an A+. Great performance by both the running backs, particularly Matt Forte, despite the troublesome offensive line. So just think if they had a decent offensive line, Matt Forte could have had about 200 yards today. But yeah, I'm going to give him an A+.
That's something we've been praying for years that hasn't happened. So
yeah, I guess I'm going to have to break out those cleats and shoulder pads and just show up one day, and then I'll we'll have a nice road grader on that offensive line. But yeah, I'm going to give him an A+ for the running game today for the running backs of Forte and Taylor.
Wide receivers, and this is kind of a tough one to grade because if you look at it, we didn't really throw the ball much, so I'm just going to give him a C. I was actually going to give him an incomplete.
You read my mind, Jim. I was just going to give him the INC. Yeah.
I was just going to give it to, but I figured, hey, C for effort. Why not? So just going to give him a C. I mean, 4 catches for the receivers for 18 yards. Hester 2 for 0.
Hey, I guess
Knox 1 for 14 and Bennett 1 for 4. That was our production from our receivers.
I guess they were active in the run blocking. I guess we could say that. But yeah, I'm going to give them an incomplete. Just not enough. No sample size really to work with there. So they didn't do anything. So they didn't do anything because it was their fault. They they couldn't do anything. They were handicapped by the quarterback. So I'm just going to give them the incomplete, and I'm going to say stay tuned for next week, because when they have a competent quarterback under center, then we'll be ready to see what they can do in the passing game. It's been a couple weeks since we've had some plays in the passing game, so I'll be looking forward to what Johnny Knox and Earl Bennett and Devin Hester can do, because we know Devin Romashu did something wrong that he can't get onto the field. So I'm going to give him the incomplete as far as the wide receivers go.
Offensive line. The good old offensive line, I'm going to give them a C- based on their performance. And granted, people will be like, well, how could that be when we had a running game like we did? Well, because of what I said. Those running backs made those plays themselves for the most part. And I just don't know still what to make of these newer guys, Edwin Williams and Jamarcus Webb. And granted, they're young, and to put them out there to, I guess, have to control that entire right side, I wasn't really confident with, I guess, what they were going to be able to do today.
Yeah. Jim, I tell you what, if you were a running back for me and I was your offensive lineman and you said you did it all by yourself, I'd have to take you back to the whooping shed and tell you if you'd like to run behind 0 offensive linemen instead of